The topic is that what are the lessons or what are the leadership lessons we can learn from Mahabharat. Okay, what I personally feel, about Mahabharat, the whole Mahabharat I'm talking about. Remember in Satyug, they had the churning of the समुद्र मंथन जो हुआ था ना, तो समुद्र मंथन को जब किया तो उससे कई सारी चीजें निकली, विष निकला, ये निकला, वो निकला, वो निकला, राइट. Similarly, Mahabharat is a metaphorical churning of good rightness coming out of a battle. अल्टीमेटली जो इतना सब कुछ डिस्ट्रक्शन हुआ, सो वी कैन से डिस्ट्रक्शन से भी कुछ अच्छी चीजें निकल के आ सकती है, एंड समटाइम्स डिस्ट्रक्शन इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. अभी जैसे ये कलयुग है, कलयुग में यदि बोलते हैं कि कल की अवतार आएगा, ये जो भी होगा, तो वो भी अल्टीमेटली इट इज गोइंग टू बी अ कंप्लीट डिस्ट्रक्शन, एंड देन द राइटियस थिंग्स विल बी रीलॉन्च और रीस्टैब्लिश्ड. So the first character is Krishna, and Krishna itself is a chapter. You cannot just take itself is a leadership lesson. You can do PhD in Krishna, learning leadership lessons, right? So yes, but here I'm sharing few of the lessons which we can learn. So the first thing which we can learn from Krishna is being adaptive, right? So if you remember the scene, Krishna had decided, right, that he would not fight in the battle, he would not take participation in the battle. But when Bhishma was overtaking the battle, nobody was able to beat Bhishma, then he said, leave it, I will go and kill him, right? So that's where he shows his adaptive, based on the situation you have to adopt. So he is definitely to stick to his words, but जैसा situation है उसके हिसाब से आप change भी कर सकते हो. He teaches that, which is very important for today's time, right? The next one is diplomatic. As I said, right, you have to change your words, you have to change your action as per the need of the time. You don't have to, like Bhishma, right? Bhishma ने एक बार वचन दे दिया तो दे दिया, फिर आप उसका कुछ भी कर लो, नहीं change हो सकता है. But that was a big reason of this Mahabharat, right? So yes, he was diplomatic and tit for tat, जैसे को तैसा. जो गलत है उसके साथ गलत करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, जो सही है उसके साथ सही करो. At the same time, our intention has to be right. आप भले ही गलत कर रहे हो, आप भले ही लोगों को मार रहे हो, लेकिन उसके पीछे रीजन क्या है, इंटेंशन क्या है. आप भले ही लोगों को निकाल रहे हो जॉब से एज अ लीडर, but what is the intention behind it? Are you loyal towards your company or not, right? Are you supporting the family or not, right? Are you supporting that employee or not? So this is something which we need to learn. Long-term vision goals, right? It should not be, you should not focus on the short-term gains. He knew there will be destruction after Mahabharat. He knew the 14 years of exile will be a long time. He was patient to understand, to get the long-term gains. In fact, in Dwarika also, he was watching his family to die. He knew his deeds will get the results also. Still, he was stuck to his goals, the long-term gains. Right? Next one is never forgot your roots. He never forgot that he was, once upon a time, he was a Gwala. He never forgot his friend who was the poor. What's his name? I forgot. Sudama. Correct. Yes, Sudama. Right? So never forget your roots, no matter at what level you are. Right? And finally, be ready for any consequences. He knew कि उसके actions उसको result भी देंगे. He knew he was cheating Duryodhan by telling him to put the cloth or patta going in front of Gandhari, और Gandhari ने उनको फिर श्राप भी दिया था. Right? So he knew that he will get the consequences, and because of that, his whole family was destroyed. Right? So you have to understand your consequences of your own actions, right? The next one is Arjun. The most important thing is have faith on your skills. Indraprasth, right? Indraprasth was completely, it was known as Vanprasth, right? So it was completely a barren land, and he knew he will make it. So he said, okay, give me Indraprasth, I'm happy with that, right? So that is how he knew his skills. Never allure on your achievements. Usko achievements tha, still he did not have the overconfidence on it. He always have the continuous learning and sharpen your skills. He was always ready to learn, right? And being vulnerable is fine. He was open to his weaknesses also. When he was not able to fight, he went to Krishna and said, I'm not able to fight the battle, I'm sorry, right? So he was vulnerable also, and it's okay to be show your weakness as a human being. Ultimately we are human, right? We can make mistakes, we can be weak also, so it's okay to be that. And finally, seek confidence when you are confused, seek guidance when you are confused, right? So these are the points which I feel that we can learn from Arjun. And then finally we go to Yudhishthir. As you said, of course, he is the epitome of righteousness. Yeah. So first thing is ethics and righteousness. He was connected to ethics and righteousness. Listen to your team. Although he was the king, but जब भी आप उस महाभारत देखोगे ना, he always connect with Draupadi. He will always consult with mother. He was always consult with Krishna and his brothers. Right? So you have to connect. You have to listen to your team opinions also. You have to give them the value. Finally, don't look at the short-term gain. Same as Krishna. He knew he will lose everything in the that उसको क्या बोलते हैं
battle.
No, वो जो हुआ था ना जुआ.
हाँ, gamble. वो
Gamble. Yes.
हाँ,
Yes.
gamble.
उसको पता था यहाँ पे सब कुछ lose होने वाला है. But again, being the righteous, he had to look the long-term gain. Right? And finally, don't be impulsive on current situation. Have patience. He did not take the impulsive decisions. कि भीम ने बोला कि अभी उसको मार के आता हूं मैं. So no, wait. Time will come, right? So that is how he was. Contentment. He was संतोषी also, contented. कि जब time आएगा, सही time आएगा, हमको सारी चीजें मिल जाएंगी. And have trust on your team. He had the trust that we can fight the battle of Mahabharat, where the against party is Bhishma, Dronacharya, the people stronger than the whole team, whole Pandavas, right? So he had that faith that we will win. And finally, Bhishma. So Bhishma, of course, he walked his word. He was stick to his words by his pratigyas and all, right? Do's and don'ts bhi hum baad mein discuss karenge, right? But he was stick. Second thing, when your ship is sinking, you cannot leave as a leader, right? He knew Kurus का जो कौरवास है उनका destroy होगा ही होगा, वो खत्म होंगे ही होंगे. Still he was stick to that because he was leading with the front. Right? And then the third one, sorry, I have to share, or I can directly. What are the other things, other point you can think of, Bhishma?
Actually, when Kunti's husband Pandava expired, actually he should have taken the leadership role as a king, but which he did not take. So one mistake which he did was he did not take, and he took the oath. So that's a reason where everything, all this started from. If you have not taken that oath,
वो तो अपने father के प्यार.
So okay, don't you think that these oath made him legend?
yeah, that's what. Like, see, as you told, like for every action you need to pay the penalty, and you need to take the fruit. So there's a fruit and there's every penalty. So the fruit is he was a loyal to his oath. So one on that day, with single mistake which he would have not done of taking an oath, I think no Mahabharata would have happened. Like that's why
you're saying that he should have been married. He should have
at least he should have married. So all these things would have not come forward because he stood a bachelor. So that single oath which he took on that day caused him the penalty. Like,
even with us also. So Vijay, when we take some decisions, we take based on the current situation because we do not know the future. Right? The same thing applies to, like, for example, Yukti. Okay, if Yukti knows the story of 3-4 generation before of her life, her family, she would say, okay, my great grandfather did not take this right decision. Oh, he was not right at this point of time. But right now, based on the situation, we take the best decision. Why he took the oath? Because his father was dying. Why he took the oath? Because he wanted his father to get married, and the condition was that his children, his would-be wife had put the condition that my children would be the king. So he had to take the oath to save his father. So at situation, you have to take some decisions which ultimately which do not have the right consequences all the time. So this is the quality of leader. For example, Ratan Tata. Do you think nano car was the right decision? But it was his emotional decision. He took it, he faced a lot of loss in that. Even today in Ahmedabad, there is a manufacturing unit which is getting wastage, complete wastage. But still he made it because he had that emotional influence behind that decision. So even today we take such decision, emotional decision. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यदि हमारी किसी फैमिली मेंबर से लड़ाई हो जाती है, हम 20 सालों तक 30 सालों तक बात नहीं करते हैं. दिस इज व्हाट, दिस इज इमोशनल डिसीजन. इट हैज अ लॉन्ग consequences, but we do that.
Ma'am, even Karan also has done the emotional decision by having the good friendship with Duryodhan. Even Karan knows that this friendship is not right, but still due to the emotions, he has done that royalty.
When he was losing that recognition, he got it from Duryodhan and he was happy. And that's why he could not say much towards his wrong deeds. Right? So it is applicable everywhere. Now let's talk about the don'ts. Since we have already discussed about don'ts, now can you tell me about Draupadi, what she has done which she should not have done?
I mean, during the scene where Duryodhan falls, was the scene, I think, was due to the past things. If you see, it was kind of the right reaction, but then it was not necessary for that reaction to be done at that moment. The reaction was right, but it could have been in a way more subtly, or indirectly it could have been. Then the war could have been
avoided,
or
the whole Mahabharat would have been
avoided, because she knew that Duryodhan has ego issues and has always been a very very manly and very who belittles the women. So doing that during that time was something could have been avoided. So in real life situation, reacting to someone saying something about your team or something about your project or anything should be avoided, because impulsive decisions can lead to a huge problem.
Okay, now we will take another side and we will try to empathize with Draupadi. Okay, what are the points you will put if you have to empathize with Draupadi? See, she has gone to a family where suddenly she has to become a wife of 5 husbands.
Yes.
She has to, as she entered to the family, she was ordered to go away, leave the family and leave the kingdom and go to a place where there is a barren land. And then with the hard work, with everything they make, and she knew that Duryodhan is behind all these things. Then the reaction was very natural. राइट वो हमारे अंदर से निकल जाता है. राइट हम फिर उस समय नहीं सोचते कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है. राइट तो दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच वी नीड टू लर्न. नो मैटर हाउ bad people have done with you, you have to always be minded, brainy. You cannot react, you always have to respond.
Ma'am,
Right?
but sometimes it is not in our hands. So, ma'am, it depends on situation to situation. Because as you told, ki we are also human. So we cannot always be in a position to respond. Sometimes we have to react also, ma'am.
Reaction will have the more chances of having bad consequences, but respond will always save you from these consequences, because you are responding with thinking, with the strategic
नहीं तो जैसे आई एम टेकिंग द सेम एग्जांपल मैम द ओके वी एवरीवन नोस कि दैट द द्रौपदी रिएक्टेड ऑन दैट सिचुएशन. If I'm asking ki, if the Draupadi wants to take the response, so how she can handle that, how she could handle that situation? अभी reactive mode तो हम सबको पता है कि she made a laugh and everything, so that's why everything happens. And my question is that कि you are saying ना कि we should have मतलब we should be in the responded form. So my question is, if the same situation happened, if I would be the Draupadi and I have to respond, so how I can do the respond?
अच्छा, okay. So you don't have to use that line जो उसने बोला कि अंधे का
अंधे का
पुत्र
बेटा
अंधा,
अंधा, हाँ.
है ना? अब आपको इस तरीके से बोलना है कि अरे 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 गिर गए, उठ जाओ उठ जाओ उठ जाओ. And at the same time you have to pass one comment. How would you do that?
भ्राताश्री कहीं लगी तो नहीं?
भ्राताश्री.
स्वयंवर में पार्ट लेगा ही नहीं, वो बाहर ही से चला जाए, बोलेगा नहीं जान. कोमल.
Okay, so see, it's not that I'm not saying कि बहुत प्यार प्यार से बोलो, right? What I'm saying is pass on your message, but in a very subtle way. For example, जैसे यदि मैं होती द्रौपदी तो मैं ये बोलती, सबसे पहले तो प्यार पुचकार से बोलती कि अरे लगी तो नहीं लगी तो नहीं, देखो 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 गिर गई है वो, उठा उठा के सब ठीक ठाक हो जाता. And when he was about to leave, I would have said, you know what, it is a unique structure which has not been made by anyone till now, which has been made by my husband in our negative situations. So please take care of your actions here.
So we are blaming our husband. He has done this.
No, we are saying that our husband has done something which is not being done by anyone in the earth.
Okay, okay, okay.
Right. So we are praising and we are also saying कि तुमसे तो ये हो ना पाएगा. ठीक है, तो इसलिए यहाँ पे जो भी करना, जो भी चलना संभल के करना.
संभल के चलना. ओके
ऐसा.
ओके ओके.
तो आपने वो मैसेज भी दे दिया और एट द सेम टाइम आप प्यार प्यार से उसको वो देखो, पता है क्या होता है, वो एक सेकंड होता है, वो एक सेकंड आपने निकाल दिया ना, देन इट बिकम्स रिस्पॉन्स, नॉट द रिएक्शन.
Yeah, that's why.
हाँ, yes Vijay.
Yeah, I would like to add on to you same thing extension. That's why people say if you want to give a slap, I don't mind you giving me a slap. But the words which comes out from your mouth, it won't. I can't forget. So these are the words which will all. It is more than a slap. So it was for him more than a slap. I also faced Akanksha. I've been openly told, and people don't
You
forget.
understand Vijay, right? You
People
understand.
don't forget.
Yeah, you have
And
to,
they'll take
you
back
have
from
to
you.
be
They'll take 10
right.
times from you.
Correct. So you have to be right, but at the same time not transparent right.
Yeah.
You getting my point? So sometimes sugarcoating is good. Sometimes being diplomat is
Right.
good.